Hello, beautiful ones. So, have you noticed that a lot of young people are going into spirituality? That is, they are, seeking spiritual awareness. They are building their spirituality, connecting to things, things that will bring them to, their root and connect them to their source. You see, those things are very nice, but we need to understand how spirituality functions because ignorance is not an excuse in the realm of the spirit. I've come to realize that it is one thing to pray. It's another thing to obey the principles of your prayer. It is one thing to seek from a spirit. It's another thing to know the principle guiding you around the spirit. So it is more important to discover the principle of a thing before engaging in that thing. The problem of Christianity is that they teach people how to pray without teaching them how to think. As a matter of fact, it is your thinking pattern that regulates your prayer life. A man who has a decayed mentality cannot access the divine realms. You can't come to a place of infinite possibility when you are mentally empty. So it is what you know that should regulate your prayer life. Don't allow people to keep engaging you into spirituality when they have not introduced you to the knowledge, the principles, the ordinance of that spirituality. Did you know that there is a realm in the realm of the spirit that you can't enter if oil is in your body system? That is red oil. That's why we go to fast, so you can be able to appear in that realm. You go dry fasting so you can be able to appear in that realm. Did you also know that there is a realm where blood cannot be in your body if you must enter that realm? Water cannot be in your body if you must enter that realm, because when you get into that realm, your blood starts smelling, your water starts irritating them. People in that realm, like spirits in that realm, will get irritated and they can trap you and kill you. If you watch in the book of Matthew, the New Testament, when they talked about Jesus going to Calvary, when Jesus died, the Bible said a particular army came to Jesus' loins and then stabbed him. He said water and blood gushed out. That is, the remaining water, the remaining blood came out. Meaning that Jesus is about to enter into a dimension that blood is not allowed, into a realm that water is not allowed. So they have to make sure that those things are not in him, because through that blood, they will trap him in his bloodline. All the people that were in struggle, sustained struggle through their bloodline. So there is a spirit that had a covenant with their bloodline to keep them down. And that spirit will continue keeping them down until there is a regulation in the realm of the spirit to help them come out. Now, traveling to that realm of the spirit, you must understand the guiding revelation in that spirit. It is evil to go to God in prayer without submitting yourself to the principles guiding your prayer life. When you are seeking for prosperity, there are principles you must obey. When you are seeking for healing, there are principles you must obey. When you are seeking for power, there are also principles you must obey. If those principles are not being met around you, you are not qualified to seek. So what qualifies men to pray is the principle they have taken time to keep. Another word for principle is known as ordinance. There are ordinance you must keep in order to come to that realm. I don't know if you get me. Don't allow people to engage you in spirituality when they have not taught you the do's and don'ts in that spiritual space. I've seen a lot of men of God trapped in the realm of the spirit. They are still very relevant on earth. They still do miracle, they still do prayers, but they are already trapped in the realm of the spirit. How did that came about? It's not that they are fake. They are not fake. They are real men of God, but they have lost their soul. How did they lose their soul? They lose their soul by investing their life in a wrong path without knowing the principles that should guide them. The reason why I choose to share this with you is because there is a gift of the divine in your life. And that gift cannot function in the earth realm until you develop a skill that will reveal that gift. Now, this is a story for another day. Now, when people discover they are gifted with prophetic, they move into the spiritual realm immediately so that they can access prophetic utterances and then come out and then make money from it. Listen, one of the ways to cut your life short is to look into your gift and then go into the spiritual space without first of all submitting yourself to constant learning. The Bible said in the book of Acts of Apostles chapter 7, 22 and 23. It said Moses was learned in all the wisdoms of Egyptians. He was mighty in words and in deed. It was through that learning that Moses received boldness to confront Pharaoh. Now, moving in the realm of the spirit is one of the most dangerous engagements in the history of this earth. I am advising you, in case you choose to forget what I'm about to say. In the realm of the spirit, like I said initially, there are some certain things that must not be around you if you must enter into that realm. Because if you go there, you'll be trapped. That's why some people sleep and they don't wake up. Because they entered into places they don't have the building to stay there. Every place, Jesus said, there is a place I'm going and you are not qualified to be there. There are places that when you come into, you will be trapped. No, you will be trapped. So I am begging you, you that notice you have a gift, or you that is so excited about prayer, you speak in tongues, you go into the realm of the spirit, before you know, you say pray about it, pray about it. Find out what kept you in struggle. Don't pray first. Engage in learning to find out the spirit that is keeping you in poverty, and find out what sponsored that spirit to keep you in that poverty. Find out these things and then depend on the information you've gathered to trap that spirit. Because the best way to fight is learning your opponent. When a nation wants to fight another nation, the first thing they do is to send a spy to that nation. And when they send the spy will start investigating that environment and then come to give them feedback. It is the information that comes from the spy that they will depend on to conquer that environment. So don't think you can go into the realm of the spirit because you are gifted. They will trap you. They will trap you. You know the story of Daniel praying and then Prince of Persia hijacked that angel. I need you to understand that story. An angel from God was hijacked by a Prince of Persia. And for 21 days, that angel was there struggling. It is because the angel trespassed. The angel trespassed. God have to send a prince. Angel Michael was not an angel. He's a prince. It's not like Angel Michael. He's a prince. Read that place very well. It's a higher prince came to rescue the angel. So what am I saying in essence? Prayer is very good, but it is dangerous. Don't pray because you know how to pray. Educate yourself before you pray. Impart your mind before you go to prayers. Because it is what you know that sustains you in the realm of the spirit. Like I said, there are some certain things that can't be around you if you want to pray. You must engage in abstinence. There are things you must keep sacred. It is that sacredness that makes your prayer valid. That's why people pray and they don't get results. You pray and nothing is happening because you don't know the principles of that prayer. You are not even keeping it. You need to know it to keep it. So please, moving in the spiritual realm has a lot of preparation that needs to be made before you join them, before you go into the spiritual space. So please, don't do something you don't have its life. If the life of what you are seeking is not in you, don't seek it. If you don't have the life of a prosperous man, don't seek prosperity. If you don't have the life of a blessed man, don't seek blessings. You must develop a lifestyle that blessing can connect to. Whatever God must give you, have another counterpart in you to be made real. That is why the scripture says Paul planted and Apollos watered, then God brought increase. Now, increase is the responsibility of God, while planting and watering is the duty of men. Now, it is planting and watering that qualifies you to access the increase that will come from God. So whatever you are doing, get learning. Educate yourself. Don't go to a prayer camp when you've not been taught of why you should pray. There is a reason why you should pray. There is a reason why you should engage in something. Learn to learn things. Stop picking what you should learn. Learn to learn things before you engage in it. We are so selective. We want to learn profession before we engage in it. But we don't want to learn our life before we live it. To live your life properly, you must learn that life. Every life is meant to be learned if it must be lived properly. So if you must go into the realm of the spirit, you must learn the do's and don'ts guiding the spiritual space. If you don't learn it, you will become a lab rat to witchcraft. I'm telling you, you become a lab rat. Pay attention. Pay attention. This is a weird season. Don't be so excited about prayer. Don't be so excited about going into the spiritual space until you've gathered the information you need that will sustain you there. When you meet a beast or when you see something, how do you behave? What are the things you must abstain from if you must go through this kind of prayer? There are some kind of rituals occultic women and all these witchcraft people do. You will see they will not talk to anybody. They will disassociate from family. If they want to prepare a charm, they will disassociate from family. They will not speak to anybody. Some of them, they will tell them not to bathe. They will not bathe till they finish that ritual. Some of them will not even wear clothes till they finish that ritual. That is why they don't break the ranks in the spirit. Every day, Christians are breaking ranks when prayer. You will go to prayer and say, anywhere those demons are, I destroyed that demon in your father's root. Excuse me. Do you know the covenant between that demon and her ancestors? And you are trying to disconnect. God does not break ranks. And you are trying to disconnect it. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. In the book of Jude chapter 1 verse 9, it says Satan came to claim the dead body of Moses. And the angel couldn't fight Satan. He said, the Lord rebuke you. Why is it that Satan came to claim the dead body? Satan came because there is something that belongs to Satan in Moses. And that thing that belongs to Satan gave Satan legitimate right over the dead body of Moses. I need you to understand it. Pay attention. Make sure you build your spirituality in a place of learning, not in a place of prayer. Engage in meditation. Find out your source. Find out that demon that is tormenting you, that spirit of poverty around your family. Find out what sponsored it. Discover the way of life that brought about that problem, so that when you pray with understanding, you pray with evidence. God bless you and have a fruitful day.